Hey, it's Joddie Taylor of SnackySays.com. Welcome back to my podcast, the Snacky Says podcast. So today I'm thinking about giving and going. Hang in there. I'm going to bring it on home in a second. So I was thinking about how sometimes I've given things that I didn't really want to, or the energy wasn't right. You know, I was trying to people please, or you get invited someplace. And I should say I'm extremely introverted. I've gotten invited someplace and I didn't really want to go, but I went, and the energy is off. Right? Think about when you go someplace, hopefully you're not like past Joddie, but you go someplace and you really want to go. You really want to be there and you have a blast. And I'm not talking about, because I've certainly had times where I didn't have any expectations, or I didn't have any feelings one way or the other. And I went someplace and I had a blast. But I'm talking about when you get invited someplace or you're going someplace and you don't feel like it. You know, it doesn't feel right, but you go anyway. Well, every time I do that, something bad happens, or I don't have a good time, or I just end up feeling like, I could have had a V8. Remember those commercials? Like, I could have just done what I wanted to do. So the other thing I'm thinking about that's related is someone near and dear to me, that's no longer with us. One of the things that frustrated me about him was how he would just not do things, he wouldn't say or do something just to make you feel better, or for, as Jamaicans would say, a peaceful life. And my translation or interpretation of a peaceful life is, I didn't want to do this. I really wanted to say this or that, but for a peaceful life, I just didn't say something. I just went. I almost interpret it for myself as I didn't stand up for myself, or I didn't say what I really wanted because I put someone else's feelings ahead of mine, or what I thought they would think. So my dearly departed loved one never did that. And it's one of the things that I am so happy about when I think about him, because he always did what he wanted to do. He was always true to himself. And so when he did say something he wanted to say, or he did do something, or he did go someplace, it was always like the right energy, energy is important, and being true to yourself is important. So to bring it on home, when you give something, I'll just talk about myself. When I give something, it's 150% times a million. I really want to give it to you. I really want you to have this thing. There is some thought behind it. I'm not giving you a gift or giving you my time or my energy for shits and giggles, or because I think for a peaceful life, or just to smooth things over, or I think, I'm just conflating my experiences over the years for reasons that don't serve me. And by serve me, I don't mean like, I'm going to give you this gift and now we're going to be friends. Serve me in that I feel good when I give you this gift, when I give my time and my energy. We don't want no hostages, right? Do you really want me at your shindig when I don't want to be there? Do you really want me to give you something that I don't really want to give you? So I was just thinking about that. I remember giving someone something years ago that I didn't really want to give them, but I thought, I'll just go to the store and buy myself another one. And when I went to the store, Macy's in New York, 34th Street. It was there, but it had been pulled off the shelves. So they were sending it probably to today's version of a Nordstrom rack. So I couldn't buy it. And I thought, look at that. I really loved that thing. And I loved it for me. And I didn't have to do that. That was my very first lesson. And I've remembered it. And I've circled back to it. Because every time that I don't remember every time that I don't honor what I really want and what I desire, even if it makes someone else uncomfortable or unhappy, it always comes back to bite me in the ass. And again, I'm not talking about when you kind of feel like, I could go or not go. When you have a feeling like, I don't want to do this thing, I don't want to give this thing, I don't want to say that thing, and you go against it. In my experience, it always bites me in my ass. Comes back to bite me in the ass. So all of this is to say, give with a really happy energy. Go places with a happy energy. Like, don't force things. Okay, that's all I wanted to say about that. This always will be Joddie Taylor of snackysays.com. Let me know how you feel about this topic. Hit me up at Joddie@snackysays.com. That's JODDIE @snackysays.com. Thanks for listening.